All right, everybody. This is going to be a lot of fun. Back to Fun Football Podcast. And for the last time in a while, because of all these memes out, I liked it better. I got a new logo. The last one, this one actually looks like me. So we're going to keep it. It's right here. But off of that, I got my good friend Med. We are going to talk the Super Bowl and some of these NFL awards. We were just talking
Oh, yeah.
behind the scenes about one of them. That's going to be pretty funny. But we're going to try to give you guys our best breakdown of the Super Bowl in about an hour and have a blast. Hit some NFL awards, talk our teams a little bit. But I am Isaac with Fun Football Podcast, and he's got a new name. His name is Med, but he's wearing
Same
a
name.
pretty cool shirt. What's that shirt? Tell everybody about it.
Oh, this is Nerdcadia. I am going to be doing a show hopefully in the next month. We've been spitballing some ideas and everything right now. First show is going to actually be WTF weird games you can buy right now that you can find like on Steam and PS5. But of course, I also know a lot of football knowledge, and you will be seeing me next season here with Isaac on Isaac and Fun Football Podcast.
When we will do better with whatever time we pick of sticking to it. We were both working on stuff behind the scenes, and I sent it late. So
Yeah,
yeah,
don't worry, people. I chewed them out a little bit for it. So
yeah, that's me too. And then we were working on stuff, so
yeah,
it was we could have started 5 minutes ago. But all right, so everybody, we're gonna have some fun. I'm gonna spread this a little bit. Med,
yeah.
uh, tell me just generally, not you know what? You want to go into Nerdcadia really quick, and then we'll hit the Super Bowl. You
I
want to
mean,
talk
we
about
can.
Nerdcadia?
I
You
don't
want to
really have
promote your
anything
stuff?
for Nerdcadia right now other than this bomb ass shirt. But I mean,
What?
that's
So, what's your first show going to be about? And when's your show?
oh, what I just said. Basically, me and Goose, who's my co-host, we've been looking around online and basically finding games that are current, not like old games like Seaman from the Dreamcast days or anything, but actual games that we found now. And we found some pretty unique titles. We're trying to keep it PG-13, but there is one. I'll give you two titles that came out that we're talking about. One is a shower with your daddy simulator, and the other is a
Wow.
Jesus simulator. So you get to play as Jesus. So you get to walk on water, turn water to wine. It's going to be great. And we're going to be talking about a review with the Wrecking Crew, movie that is on Amazon. We both watched it. We both have very different takes on that movie. And I plan on going on an expo pretty soon. So I'll be doing a crusade by myself. So
Nice,
yeah.
man. All right. All right. Well, I do want to hit these NFL awards.
Mhm.
You know what? Let's just talk about the funniest one really quick, and then we'll get into the Super Bowl. We were reading the awards, and this one cracks me up. We'll hit them. We'll hit them periodically throughout. But there's a new Assistant Coach of the Year award.
Mm. Yeah.
Josh McDaniels, the Assistant Coach of the Year.
I just have a feeling someone's going to this is going to parlay to another head coaching job at one point. I sure as hell hope not, but here he is. I mean, yes, he did great job for Drake May, and you look at the fact that the Patriots had probably the easiest schedule in the entire NFL, but you know what? They capitalized. They made it to the Super Bowl. But yeah, no, this is one of those things. I've already seen him show how great of a head coach he is. I don't think he'll ever be a head coach again, but Josh McDaniels, jeez. Why
I
couldn't he
mean,
do this last year or the
he
2
did
years ago?
do. If in all honesty, he did do a good job. I can think of better candidates for the award. Well, the
Yeah,
offense was good with not the best weapons, but I attribute more of that to Mike Vrabel. Like
agree.
Stephon Diggs was good. They did spend a ton of money. It's not like they had stellar receivers, but I can just think of some far better candidates for the award than Josh McDaniels just off the top of my head. But like, I find it funny that he's winning awards for coach. Even he's a decent assistant, but like you said, this guy clearly is not an NFL coach. So I find it funny. I do like Sports Real is talking about. Oh, that's the guy who's on. That's the. I love it. They were on. I was on their show on Tuesday. What'd you think of MVP? Looking at it now, I didn't
Love
realize
it.
Stafford was up to 46 touchdowns.
Yeah.
I think he was a pretty clear cut. I'm surprised it
Hmm.
was as close as it was. I think he should have won a little more decisively.
Yeah.
What'd you think? Let's just hit the awards and then we'll go to the Super Bowl while
No.
we're on it. What'd you think of Stafford?
Oh no, I 100% agree with this. This was basically called out a couple weeks ago, and I mean, some people, yeah, they had made an argument for Drake May, but at the same time, you look at how many play teams Matthew Stafford play against that were, Pro Bowl or not Pro Bowl, but playoff contenders. He had to deal with the Seahawks 2 times, 49ers 2 times, and I mean, he elevated his game. And every year that I
Mhm.
sit there, I'm waiting for him to ride off in the sunset. He's like, no, partner, I'm coming right on back. And we're going to ride it one more time. He even said in his speech, hey, I'm coming back next year. And I'm kind of interested to see what happens. I'm still waiting for him to fall apart, but it hasn't happened and just continues to prove me wrong.
Yeah, I'm really impressed that he was actually able to come back with a bad back and have his best season
Mhm.
by far. I was checking this out today. Actually, I've read on the Super Bowl all week. Today, I was reading on the awards, and I just hit Stafford. And I think the most impressive thing, I don't like to just read raw stats, but the fact that he had by far his best season, because his best season before this statistically was his first year where he won the Super Bowl. But even in that season where he had 41 TDs, same record 12-5, he had 17 interceptions, 2 fumbles. It was like a Darnold like season where he had 19 turnover giveaways. This year he did lose 3 fumbles, but he only had 8 picks. So he only had 11, only eight picks, 3 fumbles. And was up. He was he did have slightly more yards that season and a couple in Detroit, but all around the board, it was his best year. You gave him 2 number 1s. Devontae Adams is still a legit number 1. I'm still haunted by the fact my team let him go. We still haven't replaced him. And when you got Devontae with Puka Nakua, it's just not fair. I really did love Drake May, though. He earned
Mhm.
some love. He almost won the award. Did you think, would you have been upset had he won the award?
I would be upset for Matthew Stafford. I mean, Drake May did have a great season. Don't get me wrong. I'm not taking anything from the young man. And yes, like you said earlier, he doesn't exactly have the greatest weapons in the world. I mean, Stefan Diggs is by far his best receiver, but you look at what they played. I mean, they went 1-2 against teams that went into the playoffs. And yes, he had a great playoff run, but I'm going to discuss that in a little bit because he didn't do as good as most people. He was carried by that defense in these playoffs. So
That's true.
I am going with Matthew Stafford on this one still.
I would have too. I wouldn't have been like uber upset that he won it, but I think it was the right choice. And you know, the only award I have a real problem with is assistant coach, although it's not the worst award. The protector and all that stuff is a little weird, but you know, other than the assistant coach one that we talked about, I think they made the right choice here. Comeback player of the year, Sports Reel is asking about that one. Let me hit it really quick. What did I say? Comeback player of the year. It's my dad watching. What's up, Dad? We're talking the awards. We're gonna hit Super Bowl in just a second. Comeback player of the year was Christian McCaffrey.
Yeah.
Um, which is interesting because he's saying Hutchinson got robbed.
Aiden Hutchinson.
I thought he was great, but I think C-Mac won this one.
Oh
Like
no,
maybe
this is
we're giving too much weight to the offensive player, but you know,
And that's just the way the NFL is right now. You look at all the rule changes that have happened in the last couple decades. We're talking about basically it's a stacked deck. And,
mhm.
Christian McCaffrey, he only played 4 games last year before he was out for the rest of the year. And then to come back at his rushing per carry wasn't that great, but dude was killing it as a receiver. And basically, you look at that 49ers offense, if he ain't going, that team ain't going. And, he was able to actually put in another great season. Scrimmage yards again. I mean, how many
Oh,
times has he done that?
he was ridiculous this year. Like it wasn't a couple of years ago, but this year he was still really flipping good. He had 1,200 rushing there. I mean, he was at 3.9, but what's surprising is the offense was
Two
solid
times.
through the air, but he was their offense this year, and he still had 900 receiving yards. That's ridiculous. So on the ground, he wasn't as super effective, but he had 2,100 yards, 17 TDs. That's ridiculous. Over 100 catches, man. This guy. Ooh, I'm going over there Sunday. She's making wings. I'm bringing pizza. Yeah, yeah.
That's
Wings and pizza. I'm actually excited. I think it's going to be a better matchup than people think. Hey, she's giving you compliments, bud.
Thank you.
He is married.
I'm trying.
You're married too. I gotta ask, do you like this? My buddy who has more facial hair, he's like, I don't know. He's like, I wouldn't shave it. I'm like, you're just being. He's like, not super bushy, but his wife loves the beard, and I'm like, you're just being a facial hair snob because I can't grow it in as much. But I'm like, I think it's better than nothing. So I don't know. It doesn't get super. We'll see how it looks in a month, but yeah.
Oh well, I do have this one quick video to play real quick. Just
oh god,
Touchdown!
14-3. Let's go! Are the Bears gonna win? Nah. Packers looking good.
We're looking good. Let's keep it up. Let's keep it up. Light it up. Light it up. Come on, boys.
Bears on.
Touchdown!
Janae, you need to stop telling me he looks good after he plays that crap.
So,
Dad, we're booking the flight. We were supposed to hop on. We were going to book the flight after this. Well, I'm going to fly out to Phoenix. That's a game we play. Janae, I need a mean comment now. That is a fun game. Oh, there we go. There
it is. Was it nice when y'all sent it? I was like,
okay. We should have sent it when it was 21-3. It would have looked even worse.
A little bit better, yeah.
Oh, God.
But getting back on this, Jackson Smith and Jimba.
Love how you just threw that in there. You suck. Go ahead, hit the JSN.
I was gonna say this dude definitely deserved this. I mean, he was just killing it all season, and he proved it in the NFC Championship game. The Rams just didn't have any answers for him, and kudos to Sam Darnold. We both thought that he was just going to fall flat on his face for Seattle. We actually joked a lot about the fact that Seattle's just giving them a bag. You know what I mean? And
that's what I thought.
It's just crazy that last year with how Sam Darnold's season ended, how it actually progressed this season as far as his career goes. And I mean, he's going to still be there for another 2 years or 3 years after this. So, I mean, definitely well deserved. Jackson Smith Najimba. I really wish that the MVP was not a quarterback award. If that was the case, JSN definitely would have probably had his say in this, or even Christian McCaffrey, who I thought should have won it last year.
I agree. We love you. I agree. We that was karma for us, I guess. I'm never gonna have faith in Matt LaFleur until they win a Super Bowl. I'm done. We did think, we both thought that Sam Darnold was gonna fall flat in his face. We're gonna hit the Super Bowl in just a minute, but I'm really impressed with this. JSN, I totally thought earned it. I honestly, they need to get right with this MVP award, because in the NBA, it's not just a single position award. It's not like a big man wins it every time, or a guard. We need to be, that's one area the NBA does have the NFL beat. I get that the quarterback is the most important position, and it's more than being a point guard in the NBA. I understand that. And they're the most important position, but I really wish we'd open up to other positions and actually have them have a chance. Of all the problems the NFL has, this isn't that huge, really, but it'd be nice if we could fix this. All this comes down to is perception and voting. This isn't that hard of a thing to fix, Like, man, if we were giving the MVP to the player that deserved it the most, it probably, Stafford's up there, but who would the top 3 guys have been?
Well, in my opinion, Stafford did earn it. I mean, this year I will actually say that a quarterback did earn it, but you got other names like we said, JSN. You can probably talk about, I guess you could say Drake May, but that is also another quarterback. But what about some of the guys that they throw to, James like Cook. JSN? You got,
James Cook was awesome for Buffalo. He earned it more than Josh Allen did.
Led the NFL in rushing.
Miles Garrett.
In fact, I mean, the last guy that did not get that was not a quarterback to win the award was Adrian Peterson way back in 2012.
They could do this. This would be kind of fun. What if they had like, I know it'd be so easy, but they could have like the pass. They could like separate the like passing, rushing, receiving, and give awards for those, and then do MVP. That they just do offensive player of the year, but I bet they're going to head that direction where they have like
They
quarterback of the
need
year,
to.
running back of the year, receiver of the year. They could have every position group if they wanted. Then a quarterback would win an award, but the MVP's got to be open to more positions because when you've guys like Myles Garrett breaking records, I know people say somebody else is going to do it. Well, it took over 20 years, so let's give the guy some due. He should have gotten some MVP votes. JSN should have too. He was on pace to break the receiving record, and Sam Darnold wouldn't have been Sam Darnold without JSN this year.
Very true.
And there's some other positions. I mean, honestly, like there were some other guys that were freaking fantastic this year. But I do agree. I think Stafford earned it this year. I really did. Let's hit the other ones really quick. So we already talked about Stafford won it. We hit Myles Garrett, 23 sacks.
Earned it.
Awesome. I don't want to hear about anybody else. For me,
same
that's
shit. But you know what? He got it.
Yep. Oh my gosh. If he could get off that team. Ted McMillan won Offensive Rookie of the Year. For me, I thought he earned it. 1,000 yards, 7 TDs, led all receiving yards. I can't think. Genty was up and down. I can't think of a running back or a tight end.
No.
We didn't have a Brock Bowers this year, so I thought that was pretty easy.
Yeah, no, this one feels about right. I mean, you also got to take into account who his quarterback is. He's not exactly the biggest tiger in the whole lane, and that's a shout out to my boy Nick from Roll Coverage. But Ted is, he's pretty much it right now. He is elite, and when he got the award, he honestly said to everyone there, he was like, I really don't feel like I deserve this, and you like to hear that from a young man like that because it means he's still hungry. And, there are some players that, with the Bears that had a couple good ones and Mungai and also Luther Burden came on strong, but Tet was strong right from the get-go. And with Bryce Young throwing like little 5-yard outs to you and stuff, and you're making it happen, I mean, dude earned it. So I really want to see what Carolina could do building off that young core that they got down there now.
Me too. I'm curious what they're going to do. I still don't think Bryce Young's it, but at least you've got some support around him now, Like who was the other receiver?
Ibuka?
No, Ibuka was good. No, next to Tet in Carolina.
In Carolina, Cronker.
That's it. Thank you. Hey, Pitch Grid's watching. Thanks, man. Appreciate you. All right, let's keep going with these awards really quick. Your boy won Protector of the Year. Any thoughts on that?
I mean, I think some of the from what I'm actually looking at right now, dude. I mean, I'm glad that Joe Toney got some recognition, and he's a Bear and all that. But, dude, I'm looking at it right now. You got like 3 awards for rookies, and which one are you really going to do? But Protector of the Year, yeah, I guess it's nice, but it feels like Assistant Coach of the Year, if you know what I mean.
It kind of does. It kind of does. It really does. It's okay. It is what it is. He likes Creed Humphrey, but he's happy for Joe. I like it. I think it makes sense. Y'all needed something for the season you guys had. Like it's like you got to throw the Bears offense a bone because they were really good. Coach of the Year. This is a good one. I thought it should be Vrabel. There was several worthy candidates here, but to go to the Super Bowl, I know he got lucky with. He got lucky with the whole Denver thing and the teams they went up against. CJ Stroud decided my team isn't going to win today because I'm going to throw 4 picks and a half. So
we're going to discuss that later.
Let me hold my. I don't want to do hot take city here, and I know that's an actual count. I don't want to just drop hot takes, but the Texans should be really thinking about CJ Stroud as their future. Because he's been horrific at times, especially in the playoffs the last couple of years. So I know, they're going to have to make a decision soon, and teams tend to give quarterbacks extensions all the time. But that's a really bad look to have that lethal of a defense and be the sole reason your team lost. He was this one time he was the sole reason his team lost.
We hit it both at the same time. She's a Michigan fan, y'all.
Oh yeah, I mean,
but yeah, no, it's.
I mean, their defense is awesome, man. He's letting that team down. The coach is good. The
Mhm.
offense has got issues. It's not just him, but he's seriously regressing. Yeah, the voting was close. Let's say
And-
what quick thoughts on CJ Stroud?
On CJ Stroud, he bombed. And I mean, a lot of people were really high on him after his rookie year. I mean, yes, he had an amazing rookie year, but I feel like that was his peak so far. And ever since then, it's been a slow slope back down, and everyone's figuring out how to play him. And you put pressure on him, he throws 4 interceptions and fumbles the ball. So I mean, but we'll get more into that a little bit later. I'm ready to basically tell everyone why I don't think Drake May should have even been considered for the MVP.
Yeah, let's hit the rest of the awards later. Let's do this. Okay. What are your thoughts, sir? What you got?
On what?
Drake May.
Oh, no. I mean, these playoffs definitely prove that he is not an MVP caliber player yet. I mean, yes, he went up against 3 top 5 defenses, but you really be honest, it was the defense that actually carried the Patriots to where they're at right now, and they lucked out with the fact that Bo Nix was hurt. So, and he was outplayed by the backup. You look at his stats for the actual playoffs, he is, let me look. I have
not very good.
Yeah, no, he went 45 of 79, which is 57%, and he has 5 touchdowns with 5 turnovers. You tell me, is that an MVP caliber performance in the playoffs? Fuck no. Sorry. But it's just, I don't get it. Yes, he was killing it during the regular season, but he played only 2 teams that made the playoffs, the Steelers and the Bills. Yes, that defense carried him. They should not have won the second game. CJ Stroud won that game for him. If anything, New England should sit there, go down to Houston, shake his hand, and say, thank you, CJ Stroud, for handing us this game. So
pretty much. I mean, but the one thing is he hasn't made any crucial mistakes that's lost his team a game. He hasn't pulled the CJ Stroud, and he's only in his second year, so there is that. Nick made a good point. He's just beat up on bad teams. However, I'd like to see more than just a game manager, but he is just in his second year. He's still gotten to a Super Bowl. You got to give him props. And unlike CJ Stroud, he knew the moment and he didn't make the mistakes that killed his team. CJ Stroud could have played like Drake May, and we might be talking about the Texans here today. We probably would be with that defense. I think they could have gone up to Denver and won had he not tossed the game. And to be honest with you, I know May has more support with his coaching and with the infrastructure on him on offense, but I still don't feel like there's enough excuses for Stroud to be this bad. But pivoting to May, I'm at least impressed that he didn't do anything to lose the games. I'd like to see more, though. And I got to tell you, in 2 days, we're going to have to see more, or they're going to get smoked by Seattle. He's going to have to play better.
There's only one advantage, I think, that this is going to be that, and I agree with that. Yes, he does. It's a Josh McDaniels offense. Yes, he's a great offensive coordinator. But did you realize that there are 4 coaches that are in New England staff that have head coach experience?
Oh,
they got Thomas Brown. They got Ben McAdoo. You see, this is the thing, people, is if I get a chance to actually research shit, I'm going to fucking bring bombs.
I love it.
So it's, I really look into
I love when you've got time. I overloaded this week with the Magic stuff. Next season, I won't probably run a Magic club. It's fun, but I'll just play with my buddy.
I will be honest, Pitch. Yes, he did what he could to win, but he threw 85 yards.
Yeah, that's so bad.
And he ran for 67. That's 153 yards altogether. You're not going to do it against this defense that's in Seattle.
No,
and they're
but
playing in California. It's practically a home game.
The weather took both teams out of that game, and the play on Stidham was what did it, man. And then what did he do in that other game? I'm looking right now against the Texans. He 179 yards, 3 TDs, 1 pick. Not a great game. 10 yards rushing, so less than 200 yards, but he did throw 3 touchdowns against Houston. That's actually not nothing. So,
He also
and his receivers are not that special, so that's a solid game.
no, I agree. I mean, yeah, he had a solid game against Houston, but he actually fumbled the ball 4 times. He only recovered 2 of them. And, it's just I feel you, dude. I really do, but,
Yeah.
like I said, he did what he could for what he needed to do, but yeah, no, the Patriots. Oh, I'm not saying the Patriots defense is a joke.
I love that you're here. I'll put it up. There you go.
And I'm just saying that
you're talking to pitch grid. I love it.
I'm just saying that
you're talking
this
out
is a
loud. I was like,
team-
wait. There's the comment.
This is a team that is stacked all the way from front to back as far as Seahawks go. Yes, Vrabel is a great coach. I love Vrabel. In fact, I wish, if we didn't get Ben Johnson, Mike Vrabel would have been the guy that I wanted. But at the same time, we'll talk.
Darnold was during the season, but he hasn't been in the playoffs. But I'm curious which Darnold's going to show. I don't think that's going to be the only factor. There's going to be so many other things here. But
oh yeah, we're going to be talking about it.
Well, you know what? Let's talk about it. So we're on the Super Bowl. We're on the Super Bowl. We're less than 30 minutes in, and you know what's funny is looking at these teams on paper, they stack up very nicely. I see a little more discrepancy than that. I'm gonna drop some stats. The Patriots are second in offense at 28.8 points per game. Seahawks are third at 28.4. So you got 2 top 3 offenses. Yards, the Patriots actually have the edge. They average about almost 30 more yards a game than the Seahawks. They're fourth. The Seahawks are seventh. They did have a cupcake schedule, though. They're fourth in passing. The Seahawks are ninth. Not bad. They're sixth in rushing. The Seahawks are 10th and have been surging. Time of possession, they're sixth. The Seahawks are 12th. Third down efficiency, they're sixth. The Seahawks are 16th. On defense, it's actually closer than people think. So edge goes New England slightly on offense. Mm-hmm. On defense, Seattle's number 1 in points. Patriots are 4th. Total yards allowed a game. Seahawks are only 6th, but have been getting better. Patriots are 8th. Passing yards, you got 10th on the Seahawks, 9th for the Patriots. They actually have the edge there. But rushing yards, the Seahawks are 3rd. They're actually better than the Patriots, who are 6th, and that's supposed to be their strength. And the Seahawks get more pressure. They had 12 more sacks this year. They're 8th, and they get more interceptions, where the Patriots struggle with sacks and interceptions. That's just raw stats. We both know New England had a much easier schedule outside of the Buffalo games. They did play well against Houston. You got to give them props. That's not nothing. That Texans D, in my opinion, was the best defense in the league this year. Not Seattle. They were great at home. People want to say Legion of Boom, but the Rams actually got theirs against them. I see a very good team overall. I don't see Legion of Boom defense. I see a very good defense. I don't see Legion of Boom. They beat up a bad San Fran team that just had lost too much and was done. The Rams got theirs all 3 times against them. I do think you can get points on this team, but the only way I see it for New England, I think they got to be able to run the ball on Seattle.
And that's going to be tough.
That's going to be tough.
And the one thing I could actually sit there and say,
there we go.
There it is.
There we go.
A little dirty Sanchez. No.
That's what my buddy was saying, because he has hair like you. He's like, oh, that's cute. I was like, there you go, buddy.
No, you can't. And, it's just one of those things where you look at it. I think the big thing that's going to happen is you look at how these 2 teams have actually got here. They're actually very balanced on their offense. You look at Seattle, who has ran the ball 51.6 times percent over the course of the season. They threw it less, whereas New England threw it more, ran less. So you're going to be looking at the fact that, what exactly are these teams going to do? They both have really great offensive coordinators. I mean, Clint Kubiak will be going down to Las Vegas after the Super Bowl. And will that be a distraction? Probably not, but, because he already knows that I'm getting a mess that I'm about to clean up. And at least he has At least he has a. I don't even know if the Patriots are going to score that much, Jason.
It could end up being a blowout. I still think it's going to be a one-score game, but this is going to be interesting, man. I think so. Okay, let's do something different. And I'm going to put in the comments. Let's list the way the Seahawks could actually lose. Let's
Well,
come up.
I mean,
Let's see how many
pitch.
we can come up with. Can we come up with even 3?
Ways that they can lose the game. Well, I mean, it
What's the
all
most obvious
starts
one?
the quarterbacks.
hmm
I mean, you look at Sam Darnold. As far as his stats go, he hasn't really messed up throughout these playoffs. I mean, he's played pretty well in 2 games that he played. Drake May has done just enough, but it could be possibly one of the things like, Janae said, turnovers is a good way. Yes. And I think that's going to be a huge thing. Is Drake May going to turn over the ball a lot? They both have good defenses. So, I mean, but I just think that I give the edge to Seattle as far as that goes. And, I think the big edge, really and truthfully, is what I was just talking about earlier, is that the coaching experience. You got 4 guys on the Patriots sideline that had head coaching experience. And you got no one other than the head coach himself right now over on Seattle that has head coaching experience. Although they got Leslie Frazier, who's a assistant head coach. Whatever, how does he not have a head coaching job is beyond me, but it is what it is.
So I want to do a little exercise. The only ways I can see the Seahawks losing is they come out flat, Darnold turns the ball over a bunch, or there's a bunch of fumbles. I don't really see a lot of other ways. Or the only fourth way I could come up with is they have absolutely no running game, and it's close and it's all on Darnold. But he's actually been okay even when that's happened. I think those are the only ways I can see Seattle. They come up flat. There's like I said, ton of fumbles or bad special teams. Darnold just has a game from hell. Or Kenneth Walker, and because there's no Charbonnet, can't get going, and it's all on Darnold. But the Patriots, I feel like there's more ways for them to lose. May doesn't have a great game. Seattle's just talent-wise is better. Like you said, I think the coaching, you're giving coaching edge to Vrabel, right?
Yeah, New England definitely has a coaching edge.
That's important.
This goes.
Charbonnet being out is huge. I agree with Jason. The Seahawks offense is going to play bad, or they're occasionally these games one team just comes out and has a stinker of a game. It doesn't happen that often. I mean, like, when was the last time we saw a team just get smoked, other than last year? A lot of them have been close, right?
In Super Bowls, I mean,
other than the 2 Mahomes Super Bowls where he got beat up, the last 10 years, weren't they most of them?
Well, the last one before that would be the
Denver?
Seahawks Denver one, yeah, with when they lost 40-8. So
most of them have been 1 score or 10-point games. More of them than not. Yeah, I mean, like back in the days in the early 80s and even the 90s, you'd get a smackdown 37-10, some crap, 55-17. Denver just gets destroyed with John Elway, some crap like that. It doesn't happen as often anymore. And, I saw a stat. Both of these teams have not lost a game by more than 10 points all season. I think it's actually 7, dude. All year. I'm going to check on that actually. All year, the Seahawks, I'm going to double check on this, but I read this earlier this week. I'm pretty sure both teams haven't lost by more than 7 all season. And that was making me think that this game's going to be closer than people think.
And that's one of the other things is that I give the edge. I mean, if we're to actually go down position to position,
I'd be down.
Yeah, I mean, quarterback. All right, go for it. Quarterback, okay. New England.
Really quick, Patriots, I'm a 7-point loss thing. Hold on, I want to see if that's true. Yeah. No, they didn't. All year. Seahawks, I'm pretty sure they didn't either. So neither team has lost by – I'm going to double check on Seattle, but I don't believe either team. Seattle's worst loss, I think it was 5 actually all season. And then Seattle – so both teams just don't get beat up. That's pretty impressive. I'm looking at Seattle right now.
Well, New England for like the last decade have been getting mostly defensive
Yeah.
players on their team.
So
with
they
the
lost
first
by 3. They lost the Rams by 2. They smoked the Vikings. That was impressive. No, neither team has lost by more than 5 points all season. That's impressive. So they haven't. That's impressive. Okay, yeah. Let's do this. Let's do position by position. What do we? So we want to start at quarterback and go down on the offense. What do you want to
Yeah,
do?
we could do that.
Let's do it, man. All right. So I'm gonna pull up the depth chart so we don't miss anything. Uh, okay, I actually asked this on YouTube. Who do you get the edge to a quarterback? Like, I think May, but he is going up against Seattle's D. Which quarterback do you actually think has a better game, Darnold or May?
There's okay. Drake
That's an
May
interesting
is
way
the
to ask
better
it, right?
quarterback, but I'm gonna say that Sam Darnold has the better game.
I agree entirely. I think that's exact because I'm picking Seattle as well. I'm not. This is a different Pats team. It's not like I'm rooting against Brady. This is
Mhm.
actually kind of a fun Pats team. I love Travion Henderson. I like Drake May. I really like Vrabel as a coach. So it's kind of weird because like they were gone for a minute, and this is kind of a fun new Pats team. So I'm kind of enjoying it. But I agree with you. I think like May is going to have to play better than Darnold for them to have a chance, and he's got a lot more stacked against him. I'm going with Darnold as well, but that is key because if Darnold has 2 or 3 giveaways, that could sway the game. Okay, now running back, Stevenson, and then Travion Henderson, or hold on, I'm pulling it up. Who's
Kenneth
that
Walker
backup?
the third.
And Halani because Charbonnet is out. I think I go New England there,
I would go New England on that one.
and New England's run D is better than Seattle's, so I feel like New England's got the edge there, right? Hey, buddy, your
I
Chiefs didn't even make the playoffs. We told you. We told you. And they didn't make it. We told you. Watch out for the division. So, just saying. Just saying. All right. He's gonna be mad. So we both went New England at running back, right? Love the sound effects, bud.
Yeah, thank you.
Producer. Um, if Charbonnet was in, would you give the edge to Seattle? Let's just
Yes.
I would too.
Yes. I mean, you're
Walker's
looking
good.
at 1,700 yards. The one thing about it is, we could talk about stats and how they're sometimes deceptive and everything like that. But there was only 1,000-yard player of anything outside of Drake May, and that was Stephon Diggs, and he barely got it with 1,013 yards for the season. As far as rushing goes, I think Travion Henderson had maybe close to 900. I'm not 100% sure, but he did show some flashes that made him a very sought-after second-round pick. But no, as between just those two and Kenneth Walker, because I don't think the other guy will be getting many handoffs, I'm going to lean a little bit towards New England with that one.
I like it. This one's just interesting because I think that they're going to lean on Stevenson, but I'm wondering how much they're going to use Travion Henderson in this game because I'm looking at it right now. Walker for 72.5 rushing yards. That's a prop bet. He cleared it 3 of the last 5 games. He didn't hit it in the NFC Conference Championship. And I know New England's got a good run D, but all he's got to do is pop one big run. And same with Travion. Can he pop one run for over 10 yards? That's a big prop bet. And his over-under is only 27.5 because he just doesn't get used a lot. But that could be the difference in this game. Which running back gets going or just pops one loose because they're both kind of home run hitters. I'm curious if that's going to be a factor in this game, and I really think it's going to be, and that might sway the game if it's close. But both defenses are really sound. It might be not much there. The weather should be solid. It's not going to be like the AFC Conference Championship where it just completely destroyed the game. Up in Seattle, it was solid weather. Wasn't a huge factor, but in the AFC Conference Championship, I mean, it was hard to even run that weather. That field was slick. You couldn't throw. There was nothing. So we're going to see unless it's super wet, we're going to see a good playing field, good conditions, even with 2 elite defenses. If I kind of I'm wondering if I'm reading your face right. Are you thinking both running backs are not going to be a huge factor? You thinking both teams are going to be under 100 yards? You think it's going to come down to passing both
I
ways?
think it's gonna. I think it's going to come down to arbitration. Basically, who's going to break first, and it's I offensive wise, I lean. Even though I said that I lean towards New England, overall, I lean. You look at that receiving core that Seattle has,
Oh,
and
it's
it's leaps and bounds better than
yeah.
what they have over in New England. And you've already talked about Pitch Sheed that they got sneaky in the trade deadline at that. They got Cooper Cup. And I mean, I'm still waiting for him to pop off a little bit, but I mean, you can't really load up to stop the run against Seattle
No,
because they're
they've
going to
got
kill you.
they've got
And
JSN and Shaheed. It's not fair. And then Cup can do just enough damage at times. It's just not. He wasn't great this year, but he's still there. He's not a complete shell, and he had almost 600 yards this year. He's still present, so you have to worry about him on third downs a little bit. But you got 2 home run hitters in JSN and Shaheed.
exactly.
It's not even fair because Walker is pretty damn solid too, and he's been getting better, and that O line's solid. But like you just said, so we give New England a slight edge. It depends on how much Henderson is used, but slight edge at running back, and we both like May better. But you just said it, Seattle's receiving core, unless Stephon Diggs gets going, is leaps and freaking bounds better. They do have Kyle Williams that can home run hit a little, but I'm not very worried about Booty and Matt Collins. I like Hunter Henry. I like Diggs at times, but this is like JSN is just so much better. Like, if we're grading this is like a whole letter grade or maybe 2 better. This is a good one. AJ Barner. I
was
like
going to
that.
say, yeah, no, AJ Barner is definitely another part of that receiving core that we're talking about. And, yeah, I mean, it's just, I mean, I can't really say much more on the offense. Defense, I think that, when your middle linebacker, Ernest Jones, is your leading interceptor for your team for Seattle. I mean, they're stacked all the way from front to back. They got 18 interceptions. You're talking 7 forced fumbles that they recovered. That's 25 takeaways.
It is.
I think that if when I was looking at New England's, yes, they had more sacks than. Did you know that Drake May is also the most sacked player this year?
No,
Yes.
really?
47 in the regular season, and he got sacked 5 times in each game in the playoffs.
Wow.
And so he got sacked 15 times in the playoffs, and this is with an offensive line that is supposed to be one of their strengths for New England. Going to get the key part of this game is going to be the trenches. You're going to have that defensive line, which is pretty decent in Seattle, going up against what is supposed to be the biggest strength of the New England Patriots, which is their offensive line. I love Will Campbell. Can he hold off the edge like he did pretty much throughout the whole season? But they gave up 5 sacks per game in the playoffs.
Yeah, that's not going to work. You can't do that. That's not going to get it done. It's just not. It's not going to. It's you have to hold up. Yeah, Peter, we'll hit your joke in a second. No, you cannot. If he's getting smashed this game, that's going to be a problem. That's a strength of Seattle's is getting to the passer. I'm looking right now. You've got not like anyone super dominant, but you got Leonard Williams, Murphy, and Nusa with 7 sacks, and you got Dexter Lawrence. So it's just a collective. Nick Emenwari is a big X factor we're going to hit later. He had 2.5, but just the whole pressure of the whole defense doesn't work. Yeah. Well, this is the first year you've been able to talk about a playoff victory in 10 plus years?
Maybe so,
Enjoy
but the way I look at it is Caleb Williams in 1 playoff appearance has more the same amount of wins as Jordan Love in 3.
My guy has played 3 years. Your guy's played 2. Come on.
Your guy's
it's probably true.
6 years.
In all honesty, I don't have a lot of faith in my quarterback or coach, but less in my coach. But at least my quarterback, appeared in the second half a little bit. So My
Pitch
coach
is
said,
all about some Marcus Jones, by the way.
I can tell.
Yeah,
We're gonna
he
take
has like 3 different
comments on him.
yeah.
He's gonna be you. Hey, we are gonna hit him. Okay. I like the AJ Barner point. They use him on tush pushes, and
Mhm.
he's a good little red zone target. I still think I like Hunter Henry better.
Yeah,
Who
no,
do you
I
give the
agree with
edge to?
that.
It? I think I'm still giving the edge to
I'm
Barner
still
had.
giving it to Seattle because I am including tight end with the receivers and
Oh,
everything.
okay,
Pass
then yeah.
catchers, I guess is a better way of putting it. But no, Hunter Henry is a better if he doesn't get a concussion.
He'd almost.
He's had a few. So I mean, he's not exactly Zach Ertz, but he's not far from it.
They get smart and start using Arroyo. I think that actually, as much as I like Barner, I think Arroyo could be a difference maker for him, especially the combo. But we're gonna
I
see.
love
We're gonna see.
Arroyo.
This is my dad. That's a good point. Do they use Travion? Because I like him. I don't. It's so weird they don't trust the rookie when the veteran is the one with the fumbling issue. But it's been a thing. I'm curious how much they're going to use him. To me, it can be a difference maker if used correctly. But New England doesn't seem to want to give him a ton of touches. It might be because he got banged up a lot in college and they're trying to limit it. But this is Super Bowl. I want to see. I want to see like 12 touches if possible.
I do not think that Drake May is going to throw for 3 touchdowns.
You don't think
This
so?
is no, because CJ Stroud, when he got intercepted, those 4 times, 2 of them were in his own territory. So those were easy layups for the New England offense at that point. So, like I said, the defense carried Drake May to this Super Bowl. The defense carried Drake May into this Super Bowl. It's okay. So, Sam Darnold, this is the thing about him. Can he not blow the big game? This team is not built around Sam Darnold. The
Drake
team
May
is built for Sam Darnold.
Hey, at least Drake May has got a good enough team where he didn't F up and he got there. But he did. We got to be fair here. He did not play that great against the Chargers. He had a pretty good game against Houston's D. 3 TDs against that D ain't nothing. I mean,
But
he had 180
also had
yards,
3 turnovers.
but he didn't CJ Stroud it.
No, he did not, and that's the only reason
For
why
real though,
people are
like
not talking about it.
when I'm thinking of New England's D as good as they are, and I'm looking at Houston's is the scarier D, and yes, he did give the ball away, but he didn't give the game away. And he's in his second year. He hasn't played outstanding. He was better against inferior competition, but you play the schedule, and you play the guys that are there. And thanks, buddy, appreciate you. And I haven't been overly impressed with his playoff performances, but I think we're going to see a good Drake May against Seattle. I think the D is good, could shut him down, but I think it's just susceptible enough from what I'm seeing from Stafford against them. If they have a good game plan, I think May could have 300 yards. He might have 300 yards in a losing effort, though, Med. Seattle's D offense, I think, could have a field day with New England. I don't know if this is going to be as low scoring as people think. This game could get into the 30s. I do think it's possible. These aren't, like, to me, as good as these defenses are. I don't see Legion of Boom. I don't see 2000 Ravens. I don't even see this year's Texans. That was the defense.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen flashes from both of them, especially New England's run D and Seattle at home, but they're not at home. I still think this
They're not far.
That's true. It's in San Fran. They like to play there. That's
Yes,
good.
they
No,
do.
that's true. That's true. What is the weather in the game, really quick, before we hit defenses?
So far, it looks like it's going to be a good day.
Let's check it out. So weather report for the Super Bowl. 30-40% chance of rain. Light scattered showers. Low 60s, 50s. That's as long as it doesn't get super wet, that's not a big deal. So yeah, it was the closest MVP vote in a long time. I'm really surprised when a guy throws 46 TDs that it's the closest MVP vote in a long time. That's a little crazy to me. It really is. But all right, offensive line. I think we already said it. I think Seattle's got the edge, which is so surprising because if you'd asked me this 4 months ago, I would have thought New England in the landslide. But like I would have thought Seattle had the problem. Thank you, bud. Appreciate you, man. You rock, dude. Probably not in the NBA tonight, but soon. He enjoyed the NBA discussion last week, but I plan to do more of that this year, actually. Um, appreciate you, man.
Justin, you need to come on here one time. We need to
If
have
you,
a Lions fan on here.
yeah, if you want to hop on for next 30 minutes, just shoot me a message on Facebook. Honestly, I'm down, seriously. But yeah, we need to do it soon, if not tonight. Um, would you have guessed that this offensive line, that was the surprising thing for Seattle? I think, Matt, I think one of the reasons we both thought they were going to fail is that offensive line Seattle had been below average since that last Super Bowl run and right after
Mhm.
when they traded their center away for Jimmy Graham and they
Mhm.
just started getting away from the offensive line and Marshawn Lynch. This is the first year they've had a good offensive line in a long time. And look where they're at and good coaching. And then they, were able to support Darnold. Um, how impressed are you with the turnaround? Like, I gotta eat my crow here. Like, Darnold played. I gotta say it, man. He played right with Stafford in that conference championship. I was so impressed that he went. They just were going blow for blow.
Mhm.
I didn't think he had that in him. He doesn't play.
No,
They're not here. It's the Rams.
no, I think one of the things, like I kind of said earlier, you look at the team and how it was built up and everything. We knew the defense has been pretty solid for the past couple seasons. It's just that they haven't had the offense to really match it. Now they do. And it ain't the fact that the quarterback, as far as the Seattle offense is going, is not the centerpiece. He is just a piece. He is basically the dude that has been driving a Ford Pinto for the past 3 seasons now. He got a little bit of a Ferrari last year, but then he went over to Seattle. He has the keys to a Lambo. And, you got all the weapons that they need. They put more weapons on him whenever the trade deadline came with Sheed getting put in. You got, of course, JSN, like we talked about, offensive player of the year, Jackson Smith Najimba. And you look at, they brought in legend Cooper Kupp. I mean, the team is stacked to the point where it is not all on Sam Darnold like it was last year when he was in Minnesota. So,
Which is insane because Minnesota had a hell of a good D last year. I seriously think if you get a QB up in there, Aaron Jones is starting to slow down a little bit. You still got Jones and Mason, and you got all the receivers. You still have Hawkinson. That team, that's the one sport I don't watch a lot of. But I actually want to start talking more UFC. They've got with Paramount Plus, they're gonna have fights almost like 2 or 3 times a month. I'm probably gonna be watching it.
that's crazy.
Dude, I was looking at the schedule. I'll hit that later. But they've got 2 or 3 fights like they got 3 more fights before spring break for me, which is like 4 weeks away. Okay, so offensive line, we're both giving the edge to Seattle in a landslide, I think, right? New England's been
No, I actually like New England's offensive line. I
okay.
really did like Will Campbell, but these playoff run, it has me a little nervous for Drake May, especially with
too.
this defensive line.
Yeah, it generates some pressure. All right, let's
Mhm.
hit defensive line. This is an interesting one. You've got
Mhm.
DeMarcus Lawrence, one of my favorite players from the Cowboys. Seriously, he's an awesome player. I'm happy he said, I'm going to go play in the
He's
Super
getting his
Bowl.
chance.
And he's in the Super Bowl, the first.
He's getting his chance. That's awesome.
You got to love it. He's like,
I mean,
I'm going to go play in the Super Bowl. Now he's in the Super Bowl. That's a way to back up your words. He talked about it when he left Dallas. I don't know if yeah. Do you remember the tweet? He's like,
yeah.
said something like that. And now here he is. But you've got, not only do you have him, you've got Byron Murphy, who we both like that pick. You got Leonard Williams, genius, and you got Derek Hall for Seattle. New England's front, you got Milton Williams. Gotta love that. They played 3-4. You got Tonga and you got Barmore. When you get the edge to there, I think both are strengths. This might be a push.
And they both played a 3-4 actually. But,
oh yeah, you're right. Do they?
I am actually
Seattle's 4-3. Weird. They must flip a lot. I feel like I see it. I feel like
when I was looking at it, it said 3-4. So, but I mean, they're on the West Coast, so we don't really get to watch it much on the East Coast. But yeah, no. To me, the defensive line, you got Milton Williams, who did a phenomenal job. He got his bag last year after The Philadelphia Eagles made that Super Bowl run. He was by far the most impressive defensive lineman on that team. And, New England made so many good moves in the free agency. I mean, they brought a lot of guys. Spillane from Las Vegas, great middle linebacker. They got Van Noy, I think, again. So I mean, they got what they need, but I mean, it's all. I'm still gonna like from top to from front to back.
Close. It's close.
It's extremely close, but I say the front seven. That's including the linebackers. I'm giving the edge to Seattle.
I was slightly giving the edge overall, even though I like Seattle's receivers and their own line a little better. I think I'd overall follow the stats and just slightly give New England an edge on offense. But I do think Seattle gets the edge on defense. I just think overall talent, I just think it's close. Don't get me wrong. Like literally, like if this game plays out the way I think it is, I do think it could be a close game. But I'm with you. Like I like the linebackers. You got Ernest Jones, who we've heard a lot about tonight. You got Newsome. I can't say his name right. Why am I seeing a 4-3? That's so weird. You got Drake Thomas, but then you got Witherspoon. We both like Nick Emenwari. He's awesome. Julian Love, Kobe Bryant, Josh Joby. If Emenwari is a huge X factor, though. He needs to be healthy. He is, God, I'm so mad my team didn't draft this guy. He's so good. They need him out there. He is, a lot of teams should have drafted him. He's got to be healthy. New England's team.
When I was on there, so.
Yeah. You got Harold Landry, Spillane, love Spillane, Ellis, Chasen, love this team. We now got Carlton Davis, genius move. Marcus Jones, who we've heard about. Christian Gonzalez, he's been a rock star. Craig Woodson, Jalen Hawkins, a lot of studs on both teams, and they're used very well. But I'm with you. I think it's like A- to an A for Seattle and like a B+ ish for New England, somewhere in there. So, who would you give the edge overall on offense to? Are you going Seattle or New England overall?
Seattle.
Okay, I'm going New England. Defense, we both are going. You're going Seattle, right?
Seattle.
Let's talk special teams. Got Myers at kicker, Dixon, Shaheed as the returner for Seattle, which is the difference maker. I don't care about long snapper. And then on the other side, you got Marcus Jones, punt returner, Kyle Williams is the kick returner, Borgales, and Behringer. Not that special teams is a weakness for New England, but I'm kind of leaning Seattle here.
Seattle definitely
I
has.
like Shaheed.
Yeah, I was going to say Shaheed. I mean, Marcus Jones, great returner as well, but the names are on Seattle's side. I like Andreas Bolaragas was he was the kicker I kept drafting during all of our mock drafts. So to see him here is pretty much validation. Hey Jamie, how you doing?
You rock, thank you. She's out with friends. We're doing Spaces tomorrow night. I'm gonna hit that really quick. Tomorrow night I've got 2 shows. Foxborough Fellas is coming on. We're gonna keep going for a little bit. 6 p.m. Eastern, but then me and Jamie are doing Spaces on Twitter at 9, talking
And
Super
I'm
Bowl.
supposed to be joining for you on that too.
Yeah, Ned's joining. So come join us on Twitter. I'll be I'm gonna post the links on YouTube too. Make it fun. So okay, sorry. Special teams. My bad.
Oh, you're good. No, I think you're right though. I think I'm gonna go with Seattle on that too. So pretty much everything on my side that I'm looking at, other than the New England secondary, I do kind of like their secondary a little bit than Seattle's, even though Seattle has more interceptions. By 11. I'm gonna go with New England's secondary. So pretty much there's a couple things, but overall, Seattle.
What about coaching? We talked about it earlier.
New England. I mean, you can't replace. You can't hide the fact that 4 former head coaches are on that staff.
I agree. And Vrabel's been doing a killer job. So is McDonald, though. We got to give him props, man. This is to take this Seattle team that neither of you like. I almost wasn't even sure if they're going to make the playoffs. I like their draft, but what they've pulled off this year. The Rams are a joke. They had to go through a legit team to get there. And San Fran honestly was good all year. They made them look stupid. But I know they lost Kittle, but they had lost Kittle before, and they just steamrolled them. That was a demolition. Makes you more impressed the Rams even showed up in Seattle. That was the best home field in the NFL this year. All right, man. Well, we're at an hour, and I don't want to take your whole night because we've got shows tomorrow. What's your score prediction, bud?
Damn, you put me on the spot quick.
I can go first if you want. You want me to go?
Yeah, go for it. Let me hear what
I'm gonna stick with 31. I'm gonna go 31-27. I think the line is. I was thinking 31-24. Dog, I'll let you out in a minute. It'll be okay. Jeez. She just wants to jump on me. Seattle is a 4.5-point favorite, so that would actually be under. So I'm gonna go 31-27. Dad's going New England. Pitch Grid's going Seattle. I believe we had some scores.
And
earlier.
you've been talking about New England the whole show, and you slide that.
He likes to stick to the AFC. Jason's going Seattle 38-28.
Yeah.
That's a good score. I like that one. All right, bud.
I'm gonna go Seattle 31-17. I don't think it's gonna be that close of a game.
Interesting.
I will go ahead.
I could see it. I could see it. I'm
going to sack up and say I think Seattle's going to take them behind the tool shed. I don't think they're going to shut them out. I don't think they're going to do anything like that, but I don't think that New England's going to score 20 points. And I think Seattle, y'all can go ahead and say, man, you didn't know shit. You don't know ball.
Pixie.
That's fine. I'll take it.
All right, the dog's gonna. I'm not ending the show because the dog. I do need to hang out there because I was out late last night, but we're gonna go for a few more minutes. All right, I could see it. Okay, I wanted to save this for the end, but I'm hoping maybe 10 more minutes. Give me some of your favorite Super Bowl memories.
Oh God,
I got some, and they're not Packers ones. Although I loved watching Rodgers. That was a fun Super Bowl, and the Favre one, the John Elway one. I mean, even though I hated it, but now in retrospect, I love my aunt and the run by Elway at that age to get his first damn ring. The helicopter was awesome.
Yeah.
But I remember the 95 Super Bowl for some reason. That one was really big. Like that's that Cowboy Steelers one. I don't know why that one sticks out. I think it's because Pittsburgh actually put up a fight early on for me as a kid. But one of my favorite ones was that Titans one where they were 1 yard shy. That was such a great, and that was the Music City Miracle. I know Sam hates it, but that was such a great game. I was so impressed with that one. People, we're going to hang out for a few more minutes. Drop your favorite Super Bowl memories. Let's have some fun here. I'm going to start doing a mailbag for the end of shows. Me and Metal talk about it. But I'm going to start dropping it, and I'll drop you guys' comments near the end of the show. Drop your favorite Super
Probably
Bowl
my
memories.
favorite Super Bowl memory all time would be the David Tyree helmet catch. Eli Manning, I mean, that was just amazing play from the drama of it. Just amazing. That'd be my favorite one. And then
that was one of mine too.
The helicopter is another one. I did, even though Favre was a Packer, when he ripped off his helmet after throwing a touchdown, you kind of already knew that the Packers were going to beat the Patriots, especially like that. Santonio Holmes toe tapping in the toe tag swag in the back corner of the end zone. I mean, that Super Bowl between Pittsburgh and Arizona was amazing. You had Larry Fitzgerald.
I wanted Kurt Warner and Fitz. I wanted Warner to get a second one and Fitz to get a Super Bowl though.
I won money off that game, so I went with Pittsburgh. And
Arizona was they weren't a complete team. They were lucky to make that run.
They were a pretty good team though. So
they had some weapons on offense and they had just enough on defense. They were a little bit of a Cinderella story, but you catch a heater in the NFL. That's all you got to do, And
then he disappeared. He went to the Raiders and he disappeared.
And Bolden got his Super Bowl going to, being Joe Flacco's money man. That he had to have him for that run. But that was a good one. That Seattle New England one with the Malcolm Butler was pretty good because it was a hella close game, and that decision is limped. Pete Carroll hasn't really lived it down. He hasn't made it back since. It followed him, and he hasn't made it back since. He's going to be a Hall of Fame coach. He won a Super Bowl, but he never replicated that success. And I mean, it's hard to. Um, the 28-3 one was pretty fun because you're sitting there and you're like, you're like, are they actually going to come back from 28-3? And then they effing did it. That one, and I'm not a New England fan, so that one was hard to watch, but it was so impressive to watch Brady do that.
I was actually watching that with an Atlanta Falcons fan, and it was
God.
the one time he
God.
actually invited me over to watch football because I'm an Alabama fan also, and he's a Georgia fan, and if you know, we don't really mix that well. So I was like, sure, yeah, I'll come over, and I was happy for him, dude. I was like, he's gonna win.
You made the Super Bowl. You're
won
up
the Super Bowl.
28-3. You
You
won
got
it.
this.
It's like my
Dude.
video. We won the game.
Exactly. Except for it was a lot worse because like
Oh,
Kyle
God.
Shanahan he can't win the Super Bowl because he was the offensive coordinator for Atlanta at the time, and he just quit running the ball.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's that I have not been to his house since to watch football. I don't know if he thinks I'm bad luck.
Are you the bad juju? Is that what you
must
are?
have been. I must have been. It's just unreal. But yeah, no, he
That
he hasn't invited me since.
Well, I got to be honest. I would get over that for you because you're that awesome. But that is a hard pill to swallow. Your team's never won a Super Bowl and you're up 28-3. I feel you, dude. It's been that type of week. That one's nuts. Do you remember your Bears Super Bowl?
No.
Because to be honest, other than my 2010 one, I barely remember the 90s one. So it'd be nice.
I remember y'all's nice. The first Super Bowl where I actually have legit memories of is the San Francisco Denver Super Bowl 55-10. And the main reason why is I remember when Joe Montana just threw a deep ball to Jerry Rice, and I remember sitting there and I heard my dad say, "Oh, this game's over," just like that. And this was during the years when the NFC was dominating the AFC in the Super Bowl. And you know, it's like how some people talk about like the Pro Bowl was very next week or whatever, and they'll be like, "Yeah, well, the AFC won the Pro Bowl," and I was like, "Who cares about that?" No. I didn't care about it then either.
I liked watching the Last Dance because they're talking about Jordan had a bet on Denver to win against Green Bay because it was that same year they were going for their 6th ring. And they talk about it just for a second. They're like, what about this could be a change into the guard because the AFC finally beat the NFC. He's like, Phil Jackson's like, it could happen in the NBA too because he was trying to let his team know that they could actually lose. They got to take this seriously. He was so good. I love that he had the balls. I'm going to say the word. I don't care. That he had the balls to call his team out like that. And he had the cachet to hold them accountable and get the best out of them. I love that. Like at times he would just curse them out. And you can't do that now. And I think it's one of my frustrations this week was we've gotten a little too soft. We've got to, it's not just kids, the kids. It's my generation too. And I'm sorry, you're not entitled to anything. You have to work for it. It's really difficult at times. It gets frustrating. We both work 2+ jobs a lot, but you have to work for it. And that's what I appreciate about athletes and people that do work for it. And I loved that. But that one was kind of fun that it tied back to the NFL. But that John Elway one was pretty special. I love that. But I hope that we get some more like this year, some surprise years where teams that don't make the Super Bowl make it. Like hell, your Bears next year, or Stafford getting another run. That'd be a little surprising. Or like in Denver.
Thing we wanted to talk about too was like what do we want to see our teams do in the off season?
Yeah, let's preview it. And John, if you hit some comments on the Chiefs, we'll hit them. I'm not going to talk Chiefs for too long, so I've got a time limit on Chiefs banter. Not to be a jerk, but I just hear so much about the Chiefs all the time. Justin, if you want to hit your Lions, Jason, if you're still watching, or Janae, if you want to hit Packers, drop one thing you'd like to see from your team. We'll hang out for a few more minutes and then we'll boogie because I know Med's had a long week too. But Med, I think Peter's gone. What do you want to see from the Bears this offseason? What's the number one thing you'd like to see or wish? What would you like to see from your Bears?
Well, there is a lot of talk about possibly
Hold
going
on.
after Max Crosby. We're also in a face chat group that has a very big Chiefs fan in it too, but we love them.
Yeah.
But no, I've heard a lot of talk about the Bears possibly going after Max Crosby. I would love that, but I just want us to have another pass rusher on the other side, complete that that defensive line, get some more pressure, and I know that safety is a big concern right now too for us. We'll see what happens.
Oh man. Thank you, Sports SP. We gotta find a night for you to come on, man. I don't know if you're on Twitter. I'm gonna be doing stuff tomorrow, but you gotta come on the show. Um Pitch Crit just cracks me up. I love him, but I just remember you telling me, Pitch, I'm gonna call you out. I love you though. That your Chiefs didn't need to worry about the Broncos. You hear it every year. And if I recall about the Chargers, you're right. You didn't have to worry about them.
You were right about the Raiders.
Pete Carroll, he's done. But now I think the Chiefs, man, they gotta get a running back. Like that is the one thing Josh Allen has had for a few years now with James Cook. And I think the best thing you could do for Mahomes is either get him a bigger
Get him
receiver,
an offensive line.
Get him a damn offensive line, and
Get him
start
an
running him again. And I mean, Kelsey, the biggest thing too is they lost Tyreek, but they were able to compensate it because Kelsey was still an elite weapon. He's not anymore. He's just not. He's solid, but there's a difference between Hall of Fame level and decent. It's a big drop off.
And I mean, you can say the same thing about steel and aluminum, but aluminum is a lot softer. And right now, Kelsey is kind of like aluminum.
Exactly.
Reynolds wrap.
I'm loving this. Okay, the Packers, I think. Let's hit it really quick. Would you keep Watson or Dubs, or would you let them both go? Or keep both if you could at the right price? I'd be okay with letting Dubs go.
How much are they talking for Dobbs?
Yeah, here, let me hold on. What's the market? If he's asking for 15 plus, I'm not doing it. Dude, I'm just not. I'm not even giving Watson that. 12 to 16 mil a year. 4-year, 48. I would do that. But you got to be honest, I'd like to upgrade. He's solid. He's got a skill set that is useful, but he's never probably going to be a 1,000-yard receiver. Dude.
Hold up. Here we go.
Okay, tell you what. I love your sound effects. I'll hit the Kelsey comment in a minute. I think I said it with my face. I just don't. I think there's a drop off there, but we'll talk about it. What price do you keep Watson at though? Because I don't want to give him 20 plus mil either. Even though he's shown he can be a 1, he's also shown he's never going to stay healthy for a full season.
No, he's not.
College and the NFL, we're talking 6-7 years straight now.
In that case, I mean, Dobbs is not a true number 1 receiver either, but he is by far a healthier option between the two. And I would rather someone be on the field than someone that is not.
I agree. I actually wouldn't hate letting them both go, trading Gary, freeing up some money, and getting a little aggressive and trying to go get a receiver, developing Golden, developing Savion, bringing back Wicks, running that route, bringing back Jaden Reed. That actually might be good enough. What if Golden flashes? What if they even though they don't have a number 1, what if they can pull off a trade and get a receiver or sign one? If they don't sign these guys, they can move money around. What would be the most you'd give Watson? I think I wouldn't go over 15. I'd be a little pissed if they give him 20 because I just don't think he's earned it. Oh man, you got a fun comment coming, I can tell. Oh God. Did we get 4 mil too? It was such a waste. I don't think LaFleur likes Golden either.
Yeah, how long?
I love that it pops up on like every single. Like, what about McCole Hardman? Wait. Is Watson though? He's a free agent, isn't he? He got a 1-year deal, Jason, right? Hold on. I thought he was done. Oh, I'm sorry. Watson is not a free agent. Oops, they got him for 1 more year. My
Okay,
bad.
yeah.
So
Well,
you
in
could
that
sign
case,
him, or you can let him go. I'm okay.
well,
with
you
it.
got Quay Walker on the other side of the ball too, and he's been serviceable.
Yeah.
He's a Bear. He's a future Bear. It's coming.
You want him? I want. Hey, I'll tell you what. We'll take DJ Moore. You guys take Dubs. Trade.
No.
Tradesies.
Well, I
Can
think
I'll take Moore.
DJ Moore ain't going to be traded anywhere near the NFC North. If he gets traded, he's going in another conference. So
This is the move I'd like. That's the aggressive move. Can you imagine? That would be.
I don't think George Pickens is going to leave Dallas.
I don't either. I don't think Dallas is going to let him go. He was too good. He looked better than Lamb this year. Now that was a contract year, and he's a
What
little
happens when you have a quarterback.
for real, dude. Dak is a good QB. I can admit it. He is. He's right. Micah Parsons is trying to recruit him. I don't know. I don't think it's going to happen. I don't think we've got the money. We're going to free up some money and stuff. But I got to be honest. Of all the three of the Romeo Dubs, Emmanuel Wilson, I want Quay Walker back, man. That's the guy I want back.
No,
Now,
I'd go with that between those three.
yeah, I would. I'm trying to think of who the other guy they have. Oh, they may let Rashawn Gary go, is the rumor.
And I could see that because he's getting up there in age.
Well, and he's just. Oh no, Malik Willis is the other one. I'm sorry. So they got Rasheed Walker. They'll probably let him go on the offensive line. Inagabre, they're going to figure out. They could place a tender on Wilson, which they probably will do. Quay Walker and then Malik Willis. They'll probably lose Malik Willis and lose Dubs, which I'm okay with. I can handle it.
How about this chat?
This is a good one. I like this.
Let me
What
see.
you got? What you got?
I'm typing it. I'm typing.
Heck yeah. You want to go to 1:30? Hour 30? Wrap?
Yeah, we'll go an hour 30 and then wrap.
Okay. We're here for 12 more minutes. Math teacher for you.
Boom.
Miami?
I think Las Vegas.
Oh, that's a sweet one. And if he lands there, they get the right. Who's their coach now? I know I should know these things.
Clint Kubiak, the offensive coordinator for Seattle right now.
Okay, so Kubiak goes there. They've got Brock Bowers. They've got Ashton Genty. I can't remember the receivers, but that's a good starting base. Shit, that's actually not bad. I kind of like it.
Mm-hmm.
Situations, at least you got 2 building blocks. Even though they've been a mess, you got Max Crosby too. You got 3 building blocks to build around. I think Genty's good enough. Bowers is effing awesome. Crosby's great. You got to build the rest of the roster, but at least you got something. Miami, Tyreek Hill, back, and all you got is Jalen. You got Jalen Waddle and a Kane, but that to me isn't as dangerous as Genty and Bowers.
But you still got Devin A-Chain too.
Yeah,
but they need to hit the reset button down in Miami.
They do. I kind of like the Raiders one. Is there anybody anywhere else?
The Raiders need to release the reset button.
They do.
They've been holding that for years.
Do you think what we saw was Malik Willis just meshing well with LaFleur, or do you think he could actually be a starter? The little flashes we've seen since Tennessee.
I think if he had the right coach, which Clint Kubiak would be the right coach, that can actually groom him. I mean, I think that if he had the right coach to actually do it, I think he'd be fine. I don't know if he'd be a superstar, but he definitely would be an upgrade over anything that's in Las Vegas right now. So, but they're also saying that they're going to be getting
KC. He's going to take over for Mahomes because he won't be ready. I love it.
I could definitely see Atlanta though.
I can see Atlanta. I think he's going to go somewhere he can actually start long term, and it won't be KC unless Mahomes is going to miss next year. And I think at most he misses 2 months, um, Micah Parsons.
Yeah.
If Crosby might get traded, unless they get a QB, he's going to need a reason to stay. He should be doing Giannis should be doing in the NBA, asking out. I could see asking out of there. I could see Malik Willis. I like it. All right, Med, I got another one for you on the Bears, okay? And then we could hit some of the other teams. Do you think the Bears? Now we need to see their offseason. Do you think they
Mhm.
continue to have an upward trajectory, plateau, or decline?
Well, they're going to have a number one schedule next year.
Yes,
So
they
I
are.
mean, that's going to really show what we're going to have. I believe we're playing the AFC East and NFC South are some of our games that we're going to be playing as far as like the whole conferences. So, there's two real tough games there with New England and the Buffalo. See what the other two teams can do in the East, and the NFC South. There's just no one there, but I think it's going to plateau a little bit because I think
Now I can see it.
there's still some things that need to be kinked out.
They have a great draft on defense and offseason. I don't know what's your all's cap situation. You guys have money, right?
Yes.
Well, that's scary because we don't. All right, Packers. Do you think that they upward trajectory, plateau, decline?
I'm not saying this because I'm a Bears fan, but
I think it's going to be this.
it's going to be a plateau with a slight decline.
Depends on how fast Micah comes back and if he's right and what else they do on defense and at receiver. For me, like the defense was good this year. If Micah comes back, I can see it. But are we going to make a step forward on offense? And what type of draft are we going to have with second through seventh round? Are we going to make, what moves are we going to make? It's hard to know right now, but I kind of see it. This is what we've done the last 3 years. 7 seed, 7 seed, 7 seed. I'm like, what are we doing? We've been a plateauing team, even though we've actually slightly trickled up in record. You know what I mean? Actually, 2 years ago is when we had our most postseason success, and we've been out in the wild card last 2 years. So I feel like that's the area we're heading for is wild card exit again, unless then we got to make a move at receiver, corner. There's some moves because we're not changing the coach, the GM, or the QB. They've re-upped all three. So
we lost Al Harris and we lost our assistant GM.
Al Harris was the guy I kind of wanted for DC, but I like the Gannon move. It's a good move. Titans. Actually, I do like Cam Ward.
I love Cam Ward.
If they get the right pieces, Tennessee and the Giants could be two of the risers next year if they have the right coaching. And you already know Harbaugh's in New York. So I don't know, man. I like them both because you got Cam Ward, you got Jackson Dart. I feel like both those guys, if they can stay healthy and they have the right coaching and support around them. And in New York, Dart's got Scatamo if he can stay healthy, and Malik Neighbors and Wendell Robinson if they bring him back. Decent tight end play. That's some damn good support. Tight ends, Tennessee's got Pollard and Spears, which isn't great. They got to get the receivers there. But you do have Cam Ward. He showed a little something.
And they're going to get their receiver in this upcoming draft. I think they're going to go with Cornell Tate.
And we just got to – is Salah the right guy? That's my big question mark. See, for me, I know Harbaugh hasn't been amazing, but I still believe in him way more than Salah. I like Salah as a DC. Maybe he figured it out now. I just didn't buy it in New York,
Oh, here we go. Yes.
Ooh. Yeah.
So there was a rumor that
Joe
in
Burrow.
this past off season that said that the Minnesota Vikings, when it was coming crunch time with Sam Darnold possibly staying with Minnesota, that they were actually talking about sending JJ McCarthy to the Raiders. So that came out just recently. Now, it's 100% hindsight with what has happened, but JJ definitely did not look like the guy this past season.
Do you think there's any smoke on the Joe Burrow reconnecting with Justin Jefferson in Minnesota? Do you think Cincinnati would actually do it? That's where, like, I love this thing I hear on. I'm wondering if Dan Patrick ever does this. I hear Bill Simmons do this all the time, and I love it, man. And he has. That's why I love doing this show with you, because like you listen, you're awesome at this, and you listen to really good people. Does Dan Patrick ever do this thing? Bill Simmons does this. He's like hypothetical. Who says no? And he'll usually do with NBA trades. Like he did Wembanyama for Jokic. Denver probably, even though Jokic is better, thinks about it longer because it's for Victor Wembanyama if he was available in some hypothetical land. Let's say Minnesota offers 3 firsts and 2 seconds and JJ McCarthy and a player, some wild trade. Does Cincinnati even think about it? Or do they just hang up the phone? The injury history makes me think maybe, but I still think they hang up the phone.
Because of what Joe said during the season in this past year, I think they would actually entertain it a little bit. I mean, 3 first-round picks, that is crazy. And if you're throwing 2 seconds on there, yeah, no. Go and take the L's for a little bit, rebuild that team. You're going to have at least 4 or 5 years where you're going to be building a dynasty.
How many picks would it take? What's a reasonable deal? Let's say you threw in like TJ Hawkinson, JJ McCarthy. How many firsts would it take? Would it still take 3 firsts? I think it would. I don't know if it would take a lot of seconds then. This one right here. Here's the rumors. I don't think that's enough. I think you'd have to have 2 firsts and at least a second and a third.
I don't know. Jonathan Greenard is a really good, strong
Greenard is pretty good. That is because you would need some salary in there other than JJ because Burrow's over 50 mil to throw back. Just to salary match a little bit. Here's the deal, though. If Minnesota figures this out, this division could be good, even though I think the Lions are slightly trickling down, maybe like Green Bay. Minnesota figures this out. They've got a roster. If they get the QB, they could be scary. Burrow healthy with Minnesota might be a Super Bowl contender if he's healthy.
No, definitely.
No joke.
I mean,
no joke. Like that's.
But the thing, their
Holy
offense
crap.
is great, but their defense is still trash. I mean, Dallas Turner, even though we loved him, has disappeared since his rookie year.
You're right. The defense did fall off a little bit this year, didn't it?
Fell off a lot.
So, do they still have Frazier? Who's their DC?
No, Frazier is actually with Seattle, believe it or not.
Oh, that's right. He left and then they fell off. That was it. That's what I'm worried about with Green Bay. Hey, y'all better go get a Max Crosby if you want to be serious.
For real. The Lions are the other team that I've heard a lot of tie-ins with Max Crosby. Bears being one of them, Lions being another.
Yeah, this is what I'm worried about with Burrow. I agree with John on this one. Pitch grid. Burrow's got to get out of Dodge, man. Cincinnati can't. I love the receivers, but they have T-built so poorly since.
And Brian Flores, which Pitch is right on that. He is the DC in Minnesota, who is working with pretty much a bare cupboard right now. No, he shouldn't have lost his job in Miami. He actually did really good down in Miami.
Sorry, but it'd been a while since we talked, so I was loving this. Okay, really quick, if we can wrap in 2 minutes, we will. Is there any big players? We've already been on this track. Is there any really big players you want to see moved, like a Joe Burrow, like what are some of the other rumors? AJ Brown, like in a landing spot. Like I think New England needs a receiver. I'd love to see my team with one, but can you imagine New England with a receiver? Denver's got the money from Russell Wilson coming off the books. I hit a little bit of this with Nick last week, but I'm going to take a week or two and then we'll do the show with Nick, Mike Essen, and I'd like to do a free agency special. I was talking about trying to do with Jason and Rev Trev as well. We talked about one because I'll be in Arizona for a week during I don't know when free agency is, if it's that week or not. But what big move do you want to see before the draft? Or it could be a player traded. No, I'm not talking about the draft. I'm talking about what player do you want to see be moved by the night of the draft at the latest? It could be a free agency or it could be a trade. What are you hoping for? Doesn't have to be your team.
No, I was going to say, give me a team. Just pick one out of the blue.
Okay, let's do New England. Which receiver do you think they should go get? Do you think they'll draft some, or do you think they'll sign one if they lose the Super Bowl? They got Diggs, they got some young guys. Do you think they'll make a move? They
I
got some
think they'll
money.
make. I think they will do a free agent move, and I think
Uh-huh.
they'll bring in Alan Pierce from Indianapolis.
I like Pierce. I like that one. I like him for Green Bay too. I could see Dubs in New England. Weirdly, he feels like a
Mhm.
Patriot. It sort of fits in my brain. Um, I just don't believe in the Ravens anymore. This one's interesting though. Brown to the Ravens. Where do you think AJ Brown should go? Let's talk player. Just
If I
not
was
Philly. I think he's done there.
no, with everything that's going on there, I could see him not being there. AJ Brown,
I'd love
he's
him
gonna
my
be,
team. I would do it. I still think he's good.
I think he. I mean that I could see that. If any team in the NFC North, I could see y'all's, but I think he's going to head south. And if anything, I could see him possibly ending up in Atlanta, depending on who they land at quarterback.
Ooh, that's a good one. I like that. Do you believe in Penix? Because I don't.
Hey, John actually said it too.
Yeah, there we go. I don't believe in Penix, man. I think he's
I think he needs a little more seasoning, but
yeah,
no, he's not the guy.
I agree. Any other ones you can think of? Oh, here, let me give you a team. Let me give you a team. What should Denver do? They're gonna bring back Bo Nix, obviously. They
Yeah.
got some money. I feel like receivers the upgrade, even though Pat Bryant, Troy Franklin started peaking this year. So they go spend some more on offensive line, receiver, tight end. They drafted Harvey. What do you think they
Who's their
do?
tight end right now?
Evan Ingram. A little
I
older,
think
but
they're
not
going.
bad.
Yeah, he's not bad, but I would actually say that I would go with tight end on that,
Me too. I could see another receiver.
or another running back.
They just paid Sut, so I feel like it's a running back or a tight end. I kind of agree. Yeah, it will. Hey, that's true. That's a good
Kevin,
point.
Kevin Stefanski did actually a pretty decent job in Cleveland. I mean, it's Cleveland. It's Cleveland.
For real. Max Crosby saying he doesn't want to be traded too. My team, I would love if they get in the race for a receiver, but I don't know if they've got the capital. They've got second round picks and they're behind the curve money wise, but I think they could get aggressive. Um, what do you think the Lions do? Last thing. Do you think they go out and get aggressive for a defensive guy?
They need to.
Offensive line? They need to upgrade that line. It was bad this year.
Well, Ragnar, what was it?
Ragnar.
The center. Yeah, he once he retired, that offensive line did not do as well as it normally does. Still strength there. I think if anything, they will address that in free agency, possibly even draft someone like in the second or third round that is a decent center. I can't really think of one off the top of my head. I'm about to fall asleep. But
Yeah, we'll head up.
yeah, we're about to. And
Times are there. Oh, 10. Yeah.
yeah.
If I don't play video games, I'm going to bed. So
Yeah, no, I get up at 5:00 in the morning. So, but
I was
they
out this
need-
late last night.
they really need to have someone that can play opposite of Aiden Hutchinson. I know that they said they got someone. They definitely do not have anyone. So
No, I agree.
I would say go ahead, kind of like the Bears, find another pass rusher.
I agree. All right. Med's got Nerdcadia coming up. First show's in March, right?
Yeah.
Okay. His first show's in March. I'm going to take like a week off just next Friday, and then I'll bounce back very quickly. I'm just going to take one Friday off, give myself a little rest. I'll have a top 5 show for you guys this month, some free agency specials, some draft stuff. But tomorrow night, really quick, 6 p.m., Foxborough Fellas is coming on. He got a shout out on Bill Simmons podcast. And then tomorrow night, 9 p.m. Eastern, me and Jamie and Matt are going to do a Super Bowl 60 preview spaces. It's like a radio show on Twitter. Come join us. Sorry I was over an hour and a half, Med. Great show. Thank you, everybody in the comments. You guys rock. Please go subscribe. Check out Nerdcadia. Once it starts, I'll drop the links in the comments, but I'm going to wait for the show to I'll be promoting it soon. So, but anyways, guys, you guys rock. Thank you. This was a lot of fun. Med, great sleepy job. You did awesome.
And the Lions do not make me sleepy, Justin. Life makes me sleepy. So,
Bro, I was like this till 8 minutes before the show, and he's like, Link, and I was like, oh crap, it's 8 minutes. I got up and started sending stuff. This was me. I got home. I was watching Seinfeld. That was me. All right, guys. Appreciate you. Enjoy the Super Bowl. See you guys tomorrow night for a Super Bowl special.
Hasta luego. That's Spanish for see you later.
Hasta mañana. That means see you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow. Yeah.
Whoa!